Well, good afternoon. This is Craig Turner coming to you from Tradies Hockey Park at Sylvania with round one of the 2026 Sydney Men's Hockey Premiership. First game this afternoon is a PL2 or second grade game between Sutherland and Briars. And the teams are just going through the final stages of their warm-up. They'll be on the pitch probably in about 5 minutes. So the conditions are generally pretty good for the players this afternoon. The camera crew have got to cope with a passing shower or two. But we're looking forward to a good game this afternoon. Both teams will have been eagerly awaiting this after having worked through their pre-season. A lot of work through the pre-season, all leading up to this first round encounter. And everyone comes into this game on equal terms, all on 0 points. And everyone excited to see how the new players go in each of the lineups. We don't have a graphic this week, but I'll just run through the lists that I've got. So for Briars, coach Alan Charlton, we've got Felix Fung in goals, Martin Peterson-Clark in 54, the captain, Kurt Fay in 53, Dylan Ulbrich in 7, Wade Johnson in 83, Suresh Iyengar in 18, Oscar Taylor in 12, Nick Candido in 22, Jared Holmes in 60, Dominic James in 1, Ashton Fordham 37, Mark Everett 30, Harrison Hammond 75, Josh Lawrence 89, and that's the Briars lineup for Sutherland. Isaiah Vassallo in goals, Ollie Turner in 502, Wade Tonner 350, Aidan Taylor 290, Tom Macca 416, Riley Lloyd in 10, Bryn Fuller 380, Darcy Cass 282, Lewis Olsen 260, Mason Neal 356, Matt Vine 278, Jaden Mayer 427, Toby Jennings 339, Adam Kahn 426, and Max Elliott, a late inclusion, 402. Sutherland's coach Nathan Ackroyd. So teams just coming on the pitch. Sutherland, I may not look it on the screen, but they're almost ready to go. So Sutherland running left to right on your screen. I think it looks like we're having a umpire's having a chat. I think we have a minute's silence before the game. So just for those viewing, Sutherland Hockey Club recently lost 2 life members, 2 stalwarts of the club. Gary Eggett, a past president and long-time committee member, particularly through the 80s. And more recently, John Cowan, also a life member, most recently a treasurer, but has been very involved in coaching at Sutherland Hockey Club for at least 30 years. So both those 2 recent losses to the club.
Hey?
So we're set to go. Lewis Olsen with the push-off. Back to Riley Lloyd in centre mid this afternoon. Wade Tonner at the back. Aidan Taylor out to the right. Back to Tonner. Finds Bryn Fuller down the right, AM, and he's got Matt Vine up high. So that's a good possession and play by Sutherland. Nice ball across the goal face from Matt Vine. He had both Darcy Cast and Mason Neal reaching for it, but neither could get a stick on it. So good early set up and opportunity for Sutherland. Peterson Clark with the long overhead. Sends it down the right side. Harrison Hammond chasing across to try and get onto it. So Ollie Turner with the restart. Back to Tonner. Sends it out to Turner. That's a good pass. Macca out to Taylor. Got Vine in front again. Couldn't trap this one, but it was a good space for him to lead into. Oscar Taylor with that ball through. Kurt Fay thought he had it, but umpire gave the decision to Sutherland. Macca retrieves his pass, sends it to Fuller. Good block there from Dominic James. Turner. Good little pass into Cast, but he didn't control. Well, Sutherland might have stopped that. Would have saved a 50-yard chase. Anyway, back to the 16 to restart. Turner to Macca. Wide to Taylor. Neal down the right sideline. Ball just got over the sideline before Taylor sent it through. Candido. Ball in, but Darcy Cast first to the ball. Good play. Macca into Lloyd. His possession. Jaden Mayer. Good pinch by Olsen. Cast. Back to Tonner. Taylor. Riley Lloyd. Good possession there. And in doing that, he just lifted it. Candido and Fuller on him. Candido gets it away. Josh Lawrence for the ball. Back to Lawrence. Briars with the free hit just outside or just inside the 25. Lawrence. Back to Taylor. Lawrence doesn't trap, but it's recovered. Good win by Sutherland. Khan back to Cast. Goes the overhead. He's got Lewis Olsen deep, and he retrieves that. Oh, lovely touch. Riley Lloyd leading through. Got his stick on it, but just not enough purchase to get it into the far corner of the goal. So that's a second very good opportunity for Sutherland close to the goal. They need to start putting these away. Jaden Mayer up, putting pressure on that one. Khan. Olsen comes across, puts pressure on, just misses a ball. Elliott putting pressure on there. Toby Jennings, his first touch for the afternoon, that's Elliott. Back to Macca. Nice ball into Khan. He's got Turner outside. Connor. Pass leaves it, but he would have been better served putting his stick on it. Turner. Trips there. Now it stumbled. And in doing so, kick the ball, so turnover. Good work by Elliott there. He's against two, but unlucky in the end. Just a bit of body contact the umpire didn't like. Candido. Good backward pressure from Elliott there. Candido's looking right. Mark Everett loses out there to Jennings. Going back to Tonner. Well, ball bouncing through the circle. Suresh Iyengar tried to make contact but missed. So still 0-0. Peterson Clark under pressure from two. And good win from Sutherland, making counter-attack here. But Candido gets back and pinches the ball off Khan. Turner with a good trap there. And Tonner tidies up at the back. Vine to Khan. He's got Elliott wide. Gets the ball out, but just behind between him and Jaden Mayer. Peterson Clark with a good deflection down the right there. Ball into the circle there. Wasn't trapped by Briars, but still dangerously close to Vasalo's right post. Peterson Clark to Taylor. So Briars trying to punch it in from well outside the circle. That Vine looking across the field, but Candido was able to intercept without a lot of trouble there. Jennings chasing this down. So Sutherland, fortunately, were able to cover in numbers there. Between Fuller, Tonner and Jennings, they tidied it up. Tonner with a toss and hope. Didn't get anywhere near getting to Vine. Good tackle there from Macca, Tom Macca. That's to Macca and to Taylor. Elliott pinches it. Got Khan in field. Nice pass. So it was a good layoff to Khan, but he had the goalkeeper right on top of him. Shut down any angle, just couldn't get his shot away. So third excellent opportunity for Sutherland, not converted. And we've got 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Jennings with the ball on the right. On the left, sorry. Infield to Macca. He goes back to Jennings. Probably not the pass Jennings wanted. Matt Vine trying to hold on the sideline. Does win the penalty. Sorry, that was Mason Neal. The penalty, ambitious overhead deep inside the 25. Go crossfield from there. Got away with it. But Briars through Nick Candido get this restart from the sideline. Taylor goes wide. So Sutherland holding their press just in front of the 25. So it's a bit of sting that's gone out of their run. That's a great intercept from Fuller. Looked infield to Olsen, but the ball just didn't find his stick. A couple of yards too far in front. Needed to do better with that pass. Jennings with a mistrap. Briars get the ball towards the circle. Ollie Turner covering and cleans up, but looking for Riley Lloyd. Had a defender in front. Peterson Clark with that ball into the D. But in the end, not dangerous. Briars player in danger of getting their stick on that. Cast back to Macca and out to Jennings. This ball needs to go quickly. Tries to split the angle between two Briars defenders. And Jennings dispossessed there, so good defence there on their right side by Briars. Held Sutherland in their 25. Tom Macca now. Riley Lloyd dropping back. That's a good outlet from him down to Taylor on deep on the right side. Lewis Olsen now. Good receive by him. Taylor challenging. And Olsen trying a little bit of 3D skills there, but just lifted the ball a little high for the umpire's liking. It was over the knee. Just pinged for lifting the ball, which in the rules is considered dangerous above the knees. Sutherland with the ball now. Bryn Fuller. That's a good win by him. He's showing some real pace there, cutting back in. He had 3 or 4 Briars plays around him. Needed to find a blue shirt. In the end, he found a Briars foot, which is almost as good. Mason Neal. He'll drop the ball out to Ollie Turner. Back through Tonner and Toby Jennings. Got Taylor on the right, but he goes into the D. Had the ball on Olsen's stick there, but he couldn't control it on his reverse side. So opportunity lost. And Briars try to exit from the 25. So Briars have had to do a fair bit of running in this quarter. Now looking a little tired at the back. Certainly the weight of possession has been with Sutherland. Peterson Clark with a long ball through. He's looking for Wade Johnson up high there. He was loitering around Isaiah Vassallo. Ollie Turner out to Aiden Taylor. Mason Neal running to cut this down, and very close. Good effort by him. Try and chase that down. Sutherland pressing here in the final seconds of this first quarter. Briars trying to take it down the right sideline. Tim Fuller just losing control of it. That lifted ball led to danger. I think that'll be it for this first quarter. So teams in for a quick break, quick 2-minute break. Scores at 0-0. Sutherland with some promise and potential, certainly created some opportunities, but no goals on the scoreboard yet. Be back with us in about 60 seconds and we'll see the second quarter. Bringing you a close-in shot of the Sutherland quarter-time break. It'll certainly be warming up out on the pitch. There's been a bit of rain, passing shower, and now the sun's out, so the humidity will be certainly affecting the players through the second part of this game. So teams at 0-0. However, Sutherland will feel like they're a goal or two short of where they should be. They certainly had some good opportunities close in front of goal. in that quarter. They will need to do a better job this quarter in converting those opportunities. Turner to Cast. He's got some wheels on him, Darcy Cast, and now with a shot. Well, he certainly connected with that one. Beautiful Tommer. But Felix Fung in goals able to deal with that. Tom Macca, I think that he'll call that a feint. He was lucky to get that ball back. And that ball through harmlessly. Shouldn't have got through there. Candido sends it deep. Josh Lawrence and Wade Tonner recovers. Elliott evades Dominic James and got Olsen out wide. Good control by Olsen at a stretch. And Briars able to come away. So some good early pressure on the circle from Sutherland in this second quarter. Tom Macca looks up, sees Taylor out wide, but elects to go back. I'll just hold on to this ball a little in the back. Try and move the Briars midfield. See if that opens up a few channels. Macca sends it back to Tonner. He keeps moving. Delightful little ball in the end. Through there to Jaden Mayer. Tonner just showing the benefit there of running at some angles rather than straight. Field just opened up for him, and by running at that angle he really created that pass to the right to Jaden Mayer. Good opportunity there for Sutherland. Candido sends it long. That was a tough ask. I think Harrison Hammond was stretching for that. Lewis Olsen, Elliott in field. Good tackle there from Dominic James. Definitely last line defence. Candido back to Peterson Clark. He's got James out to his left. Goes there. And that ball thrown forward into the space, but no Briars player there. Lawrence infield. Back to Lawrence. Back to Peterson Clark. This is where they need to move it quickly to the open side. Candido doesn't handle the pass, and that's going to beat him over the sideline. So Sutherland in a strong attacking position. Mason Neal. Briars defence close in around him. He just needs to find a way out of this pocket. Elliott tries to run it along the back line. Now it's back to Toby Jennings, and he goes to Tonner. And right to Tom Macca. Darcy Cast. Good receive. Ball into the field. Adam Khan, and Max Elliott was the last to get his stick on that. I'm not sure whether it was the goalkeeper or the crossbar that saved that one. Briars with a counter-attack, and Vassallo didn't get much time to see that, but had his foot there and made a great stop. Ball coming thick and fast now with Neil. Oh, lovely shot from Neil. Pulls the ball to the right of Briars' goalkeeper and puts it in the right post. Well set up by Neil. Just pulled it far enough, and his Toma was spot on in terms of target. Just hit the sideboard and into the goal. So Mason Neil with the first goal on the board for Sutherland in 26. And maybe that'll be the first of a few for Sutherland. They've been pressing. And finally, it was Mason Neil that got the shot on target. Jaden Mayer with that good lead. Sent the ball to the left. He was looking for Adam Khan. But did not pick him up. Taylor. James and Taylor. Taylor trying to pick up Harrison Hammond leading left there. That ball into the centre from Tonner. Trying to find Fuller, but in the end found Briars midfield. Max Elliott recovers. Sends the ball through to Mason Neil. He's got Elliott leading through. Khan is also up high. Drops it back to Vine. Neil again. That's a good pass left to Darcy Cast. And I think it was Candido that got that ball away under some pressure. Harrison Hammond chasing that one, but won't reach it before the sideline sees it over. Macca with the overhead to Elliott. Fine. Retains the ball. Fuller's up high. Macca. Just manages to lift that into Candido's stick. And with Vine again, sends it across the D. Elliott was his target, just couldn't trap there. Good early pass in from Matt Vine, dead flat. In most situations, Elliott would have gobbled that up, but just under the pressure. Mistrapped Jennings. So Sutherland pressing high. Briars basically back to their 25. Fuller. Elliott. Into the D. Mason Neil again the target there. Couldn't get to it. So Sutherland definitely exerting some good pressure here. Jared Holmes with the long overhead. Olsen pinches that. Good recovery by Dominic James. Jennings out to Taylor. Olsen in front of him, receives that ball, cuts in field. Good control by Olsen. I think he'll have... Well, he thought he had a penalty corner. I thought he had a penalty corner, but the umpire didn't think that. So Sutherland with the ball from just inside there, just outside their 25. Tom Macca brings it away. Has Jennings in field. Riley Lloyd. Sends the ball to the right side of the circle. Between Olsen and Fuller, neither of whom could get their stick on it. There's lots of open space now. Both teams quite stretched. Harrison Hammond, good carry by him. Good turn. Iyengar, he's going to line up for the shot. Salo, and then Tom Macca gets it away. So good scramble by Sutherland in defence there. Fuller with that ball forward. Elliott. Back to Darcy Cast. And he's got Jaden Mayer out to the left. Just couldn't reach that. Sutherland need to make those passes stick. They had Briars stretched there, but in the end, just a turnover and possession back to Briars. Mark Everett couldn't reach that one. Four minutes remaining in this first half. Sutherland leading 1-0. Toby Jennings, Turner to the left with him now. And that ball too easily cut out by Oscar Taylor. Turner back with it. This time finds Adam Khan. He'll drop it back to Turner again. Briars from the sideline. Peterson Clark. And the pressure from Lloyd. And Sutherland come away with it. Now with Olsen. Just him up high. Jared Holmes survived the challenge from Lewis Olsen. Oh, good win there, but no, not a good win. Not sure if that was a penalty. That's Toby Jennings brings it away. Olsen in the centre. This trap, but recovers. And for the shot, didn't have a great angle to work with there. Certainly got some power behind it, but the goalkeeper was able to deal with that quite comfortably. Lloyd with the ball, looking for Elliott. Go wide this time to Taylor. Cast in the D. Good trap by him. Oh, lovely quick shot from Darcy Cast. That required a real save from Felix Fong in goals. Taylor right across to Taylor. into Cass. Tries to turn onto the four-stick side. On some challenges. So we'll keep hold of it. And we'll press again through this right side. Elliott up high. On the back line. Good touch infield. Riley Lloyd from close angle. Well done by Lloyd. He moved to the goalie's left and then popped it right. See the good work along the back line. Lloyd picked up just inside the 7-yard spot. In the end, it was off a Briars defender into the goal, but Riley Lloyd gets the credit for that one. And Sutherland have the 2-0 lead just before the halftime break. Harrison having with a good infield turn. Tonner. Khan. Plays the ball long. Just needed to be a little bit closer to Lewis Olsen. He saw the space to lead into. Not able to connect. Picks up the loose ball. And drop this one back just to maintain possession in the final 20 seconds of this half. Jennings back to Tonner. And out wide to Elliott. So half-time, teams go in. Sutherland leading 2-0. Converted some of those opportunities in that quarter, so they'll be pleased with that outcome, and they will know going into the break that there'll be plenty more opportunities for goals in the second half. It's hot conditions out there, so the gaps are going to lengthen. We'll see if they can take advantage of that when we come back in about 5 minutes for the second half. So teams are heading out into the pitch for the second half. We'll take the opportunity just to have a rerun of the 2 goals that were scored in the first half. First one was Mason Neal. You can see here Mason receiving the ball at a good position. Just that little move to his left, got outside the goalkeeper's right foot, and he was spot on with his shot there. Had very little angle to work with, but really accurate. And the second goal, this one to Riley Lloyd, receives the ball in a similar position, and again a little in and away move, and he puts it in almost exactly the same spot that Mason Neal found, right in the corner of the goal. So 2 well-worked goals from close in by Sutherland. And those opportunities will be there again in this half. Sam, our camera operator on camera 2, that's the camera in the sun, reports it's pretty warm down there, so the players will be feeling it in this half. Pitch has been well watered at half time just to keep the humidity levels up, and the ball flowing well across the turf, of course. So Briars will be a little bit tired from that first half. They did a lot of running, chasing the ball. This time they're trying to hold the ball at the back rather than go forward too early. Now with Nick Candido under pressure from 2. And he loses out there to Tom Macca. Max Elliott. And that was a bit speculative, that pass. But Macca recovers. Finds Ben Fuller. It's back to Matt Vine. And he goes all the way back to Wade Tonner. The important thing is Sutherland retains possession out of that attack. And they can keep the pressure on. They can keep the pressure on. Some great ball infield from Ollie Turner there to Jaden Mayer. Tom Macca goes out to Taylor. And Sutherland retain the ball there. Off the Briars stick over the back line. So Sutherland restart from the 25. So Turner now into Macca. Fuller. And back to Tonner. So Sutherland holding the ball just outside Briars 25. Turner with the ball through. Elliott, good receive by him. He's got Fuller in front. Didn't trap well. The ball went through to Mason Neal, but he was not anticipating that. That's good work by Matt Vine to intercept through to Adam Khan. And his distribution just off there. He had Mason Neal in field. Not enough care with that pass. So gets Briars back in possession. Amazing how much pressure you can exert on opposition if you can retain possession. Sutherland needs to do more of that. Don't take the pressure off. Tonner did well to intercept that in front of Wade Johnson. Dangerous ball in from Mark Everett. Sutherland defending in numbers. It was Tom Macca that got it away. In the end, it's fallen onto Taylor's feet. Intercepted but not controlled by Fuller. So Briars with it from the sideline. Fuller up to challenge, and Macca was able to take advantage, getting forward to intercept that pass through. Macca back to Tonner. Got Turner to his left. And he looks centre. Bryn Fuller carries the ball forward. Got Turner to the left. Good layoff. Now down the sideline. Matt Vine. Darcy Cast is high. In behind his defender. And Dylan Albridge was able to intercept that. Get it away for Briars. That was a possession Sutherland needed to hold on to. Now they're tracking back. Peterson Clark with a long overhead. Toby Jennings didn't get his stick on it. Fuller. Alan Charlton. Now Mason Neal comes forward. He's got Lewis Olsen in front. Good ball through to him. Matt Vine going at knots to get there. So it's 2 in the circle for Sutherland. Olsen just a little bit perhaps rushed with trying to make that pass. It wasn't on, and in the end turned over to Briars. Probably that was the spot where he needed just to hold that possession just a little longer whilst his support players got up there. Turner down the line. That's a good pass through to Olsen. First to the ball, makes all the difference. Under pressure from Peterson Clark. He had just a little bit much body contact there. You could see that Olsen was quite unbalanced by it. Lewis Olsen gets the ball, but quite sure which can't pick up the Briars defender, but it was a fairly agricultural swing outside the D, and the umpire didn't have a lot of hesitation in awarding the first penalty corner for the game to Sutherland. Unusual to get to this stage of the second half with no penalty corners to either team, but that's where we are. So Sutherland have got 2 batteries there. Lewis Olsen is on the left and Darcy Cast on the right. There's 2 credible flickers there. Comes to Olsen, gets onto it, but the ball's knee high to the goalkeeper. So not a lot of difficulty for Briars in defending that one. So Olsen got good power on the ball, just needs to get his direction right. And he gets a second chance here. That one low to the left. Briars goalie able to get onto that. Now Olsen with a shot. He had space there and he had a pretty good go at it. That ball was heading just wide of the top left corner of the goal. So penalty corner to Sutherland. Shots on goal, but no points on the board. Tom Macca sends it down the right to Aidan Taylor. Probably held on to that a little long, but he was able to get it away, and Adam Khan on the ball up high. Back to Taylor. Connor through to Cass. Another good receive and turn by him. And Khan with a great little jink into the circle. So Sutherland really have lifted their intensity attacking the D here. Pressing for this third goal. There's certainly a little bit more commitment and enthusiasm from Sutherland in this third quarter. And that's seen turnover from Briars there. Sutherland on attack again. Elliott with the ball in. Now Riley Lloyd just inside the D. Finds the post. A little shot from the top. Didn't have a lot on it, but the line was right. And certainly goalkeeper was beaten. Tom Macca just goes a little straight there. Wade Johnson picked him off. Suresh Iyengar with that ball back. Long overhead. Alan Charlton up high as the target, but Toby Jennings gets in front. Darcy Cass now. Jennings. Max Elliott. He's seen a lot of ball today. Jennings back to Tom Macca. Hayden Taylor. And that's a good win there. Win for Briars in their forward half. Dylan Ulbridge comes forward. He saw Iyengar up high, but Macca was in the way. Taylor trying to carry that ball out of defence. Was a bit ambitious, taking on the Briars front line. Peterson Clark back on the pitch. That's a good intercept by Khan. And goes into space, makes sure of his pass. Jennings now. Back to Khan. This is where he needs to link up. Got Riley Lloyd in field. Khan will get this. Well, he almost did. Oscar Taylor with the free hit. Briars just taking a little breather here, holding the ball in their back three. Candido with the ball on the right, looks long and finds Wade Johnson. Vassallo gets out to it, makes a save, and the second save even more important. Mark Everett covering the ball across the D there, and a big swing. Wade Johnson, well, it was a shoulder, I won't call it a shoulder charge, but it was certainly a shoulder-based tackle. The umpire said, no, you can't do it that way. Oh, this is a good run. Jaden Mayer tries to lay it back onto Olsen's stick. And there's a Briars stick in the middle. Darcy Cass, good intercept by him. Back into the D. Tonner. Mason Neal. Good connection with Darcy Cass. He'll run it along the back line. Oh, lovely jink. Super jink by Darcy Cast, and gets the ball on to Lewis Olsen, who really had the simplest of putaways. Great work by Darcy Cast along the back line, and that little jink getting the ball to Lewis Olsen is what made that goal. So Lewis Olsen gets his name on the board with a very valuable assist from Darcy Cast. So Briars challenging Sutherland circle. Iengo the ball there. Over the back line. So the end of the third quarter. Sutherland adds 1 to their first half total. Now have a 3-0 lead, which is a good place to be when you're coming into the fourth quarter. They'll be keen to put a few more goals on. See if they can do that when we come back for the fourth quarter. So teams are coming out for the fourth quarter, just as the sprinklers finish off. And whilst they do that, we'll just have a little recap on the 1 goal for the third quarter. This is Sutherland's effort, so Darcy Cast along the back line there. Not really visible from this distance, but he was a delightful bit of skill to get that ball across the defender, the outstretched defender's stick, and found an unmarked Lewis Olsen. And he did the right thing, received and shoot. On the one motion, got the ball away really quickly, which gave the goalkeeper no time to adjust. In the end, it looked like the simplest of putaways, but it's the sort of thing you practice and practice and practice, and it was really well executed there. Matt Fine. So Sutherland strikers pushing up, trying to stretch the midfield. Gives Sutherland a bit of space to work with. Aidan Taylor sends that ball forward towards Adam Khan. Under pressure, he wasn't able to trap that. And Briars recover inside their quarter. Suresh Iyengar under pressure from Taylor. Good work, good challenge there by Khan. Bryn Fuller gets the ball infield to Lloyd. He's got Olsen on his left, but goes forward to Khan. He's under pressure there from Jared Holmes, wasn't able to trap. Good forward move by Sutherland. Trying to win this ball back inside Briars' half. Charlton. Jared Holmes out to Charlton. Candido to the right. Evades Olsen. Sutherland had their players marked there. Josh Lawrence. And that one goes wide of Wade Johnson. Tonner on the sideline. Overhead looking for Jennings. Just didn't get it far enough. Needed another 3 or 4 yards on that. Riley Lloyd will recover there. It's the umpire's assistance. He'll send it left to Turner. Elliott. Just losing the ball on the turn. Lloyd with some good pressure in the centre there on Wade Johnson. Guy's able to retain the ball from the sideline. Suresh Iyengar gets past Jennings. Tonner needs to make a tackle there on the D, edge of the D. Sutherland roll that ball out. So we'll try and work it forward here. Jennings out to Turner. Tonner. Good receive from Jaden Mayer. A turn and a really good pass into Lloyd. He was dispossessed in the act of thinking about shooting there. Had the ball 5 yards out and just lost it at the of making the shot. Taylor to Holmes. He's come off Dominic James and over the top of the dugout, so just have to recover that ball. A ball. Tom Macca restarts. Jennings, Taylor. Need to get around that unnecessarily risky, trying to receive that on the back stick going forward. Candido, sends it back deep. Charlton with the ball down the sideline. Darcy Cast had Wade Johnson well covered there. Sorry, that's Tom Macca. Not sure how the umpire blew that for danger. It barely got above knee height. Charlton. Clark recovers. Josh Lawrence on the ball. And he's gone wide to Charlton. Charlton beats Neil. Good defensive work there from Matt Vine. Not first to the ball, but knows get it off his feet. And good work there from number 7, Dylan Ulbrich, and wins the penalty corner. First for Briars. And I'll set up from the top. Looks like Tonner is, he wore that one on his foot from Ulbrich. It looks like he's coming off. Maybe he's just coming back to halfway. He's got a sore foot, that's for sure. I can tell
just
that.
Don't sweat him up. I don't know.
So Peterson Clark with the strike. Gets onto it, but just wide of Vasalo's right post. Tom Macca. Back to Jennings. Taylor now. And so 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Tonner off. Sutherland just need to steady here with him out. Bryn Fuller with a good intercept there. Carries the ball forward. This is where he's got to connect. And Peterson Clark gets his stick in the way. Ulbrich again, sends the ball forward to Johnson. And Toby Jennings in the way, first to the ball. That's a vital intercept. Fuller tries to get it down the sideline. Doesn't miss Matt Vine by much. But Briars hurting a bit of pressure on Sutherland's 25. Peterson Clark goes the overhead route. Johnson. Good tackle from Tom Macca there on Jared Holmes. Adam Kahn now with the ball. Olsen in field of him. Working the ball along the back line. Really good effort by Adam Kahn along the back line there. Matt Vine just wasn't in that space he needed. Almost set up a second opportunity in front of goals. But good strength on the ball there from Kahn along the back line. Got his pass away. Not where Vine could get his stick on it. Now Darcy Cast throwing that ball forward and wins the penalty corner. Just a little jink through the defender's legs, wins the obstruction, and a penalty corner for Sutherland. So Sutherland had 2 corners earlier on. Lewis Olsen had a couple of strikes. We'll see if it stays with him or maybe Darcy Cass this time. Four minutes remaining of the quarter. And it comes to Cast, gets onto it, and Nick Candido says, ma'am, that's a bit high. And he wins that argument. Struck him on the leg. So guys get the free hit, in the ball away. Suresh Iyengar gets to that ball first. That long ball through from Charlton. Now Wade Johnson comes to the D and wins the penalty corner. Southern will be disappointed with that outcome. They don't want to be conceding penalty corners at this late stage. This time Alan Charlton comes up. I don't think he'd be coming up if he didn't expect to have a go at this. Certainly lining up for the strike. Trapped at the top, Charlton with a shot, and Vassallo covers it down his right side. That's a good win by Mason Neal. And Bryn Fuller with a lovely execution of a running overhead. Almost picked up Adam Kahn with that pass. So in the final 2 minutes of this quarter and this game, Sutherland with the 3-0 lead. So solid first up effort from Sutherland, second grade. They're going to win this game, even if they a bit of last minute work to do here. Vassallo made a good save there on that ball in. Neil, lovely pass through. Elliott with Khan in field. Oh, that was unfortunate. Two Sutherland strikers up there, just with Peters and Clark to beat. Mason Neal again with a good intercept. So solid effort from Sutherland. They've got the result today. Perhaps not as tidy as what they would have liked, but it's hot conditions and a first run for both teams. The thing they have done well is create opportunities in front of goal, so that's always a good place to start from. For Briars, well, they need to execute better with their possessions. They're going to present more of a challenge, but they'll work on that during the week, I'm sure. So final result, 3-0 to Sutherland. Goals to Mason Neal and Riley Lloyd in the second quarter and Lewis Olsen in the third. So if you hang around for about 10 minutes, we'll be back with the PL1 game, Sutherland versus Briars. Hope you can stay on for that game. So this is Craig Turner at Tradies Hockey Park, Sylvania. Welcome to this afternoon's hockey PL1 game between Sutherland and Briars. This is round one of the 2026 Sydney Men's Hockey Premiership. First game of the season for these two teams. And I got pretty warm conditions down here at Sutherland for this game. Sprinklers have been going all afternoon just to try and boost that humidity just that little bit more. And both teams are in the final stages of their warm-up. Being the first game of the season, we're not quite organised with our player lineups yet, so we haven't got a graphic on the two teams to share with you at this stage. We will get that together for future broadcasts. So in the preceding game, the PL2 game, Sutherland ended up running out winners 3-0 against Briars, which was a solid start for them. They certainly had opportunity to score in that game. Took a while to get their act together in front of goal. But, they put 2 away in the second quarter and the third goal in the third quarter. So I'll be happy to get those 3 points from their first game of the year. Sutherland start the year with a couple of new players to add to their list. Players I expect to see out there this afternoon: Dan Bryan in goals, Shane Smith, Blake Hernandez, George Mitchell, Mitch Ray, Justin Murray, Henry Jones, Zach Keelan, Riley Nyland, Matt Bennett, Hayden Neal, Tom Dolby, Sam Peoples, Zach McGregor and Dylan Brick. Angus Callanan on the injured list this game, so he's not up today. So teams are assembling, as we did in the last game, for a minute silence prior to the start of the game. This is in recognition of 2 Sutherland Life members who were lost in recent weeks: Gary Eggett and John Cowan, both servants of the club over many years. Gary Eggett, a past president and committee member over many years through particularly in the 80s, and John Cowan, a hockey coach for Sutherland for many years. So apologies for just trying to sort out some numbers, and in the meantime Matthew Bennett's got himself on the end of a long overhead there and put Sutherland's first goal on the board. start for Sutherland inside the first 2 minutes with a goal on the board. It's a good way to get the game underway for them. Hayden Neal's putting pressure on there up the front. Dylan Brick with that, one of Sutherland's new starters this year. Got that ball away. Pass infield, not picked up.
I didn't say no. What do you want?
Blake Hernandez on the ball. Keelan. Mitch Ray sends it out to Zach McGregor. And George Mitchell on the right. Henry Jones. Picked off there. James Reynolds. Xavier Deo on the ball, goes for the overhead, into the D. William Orth able to receive that. Mitch Ray has to give him 5 yards, which he did successfully, so there was no penalty corner against. Briars pushing right again. Riley Nyland trying to hold up. Hernandez beaten. That's good defensive work there by Jones. Picked the ball up, carried it out of the D. Away from the danger. McGregor with a long overhead. Finds Bennett. That ball falling to 2 players in motion, so the decision goes with the defence. Hayden Neal trailing, able to pick up that loose ball. Tom Dolby sends it infield to Neal. Just didn't control his return pass. Had the right idea to get it back to Dolby in the centre. But it needed to be flat. Jones, great shot from Jones. Really tight angle. A lot of dexterity there to take a tomahawk facing forwards. So there's Jones, just off his wrong foot and puts the ball into the far corner. That's a brilliant shot. Good quick shot. And Scott Garner in goals, just not able to stretch to cover that one. So Sutherland with 2 on the board. William Orth. Quicks sends it wide. Back to Quicks. Orth. Keelan drops it back to Mitchell. This is where Sutherland want to circulate the ball, retaining possession. Brick into Keelan. He'll go back again to McGregor. You see Sutherland circulating through the midfield. That's a lovely ball down the left. Shane Smith with the ball into the centre to Keelan. It's got Neal out wide and Bennett. Ball off the Briars defence over the back line. Good build up by Sutherland there. Excellent pass by Smith out wide on the left. Pushing up very high. Murray sends it back to McGregor. Goes wide to Brick. That's a great ball across. He's looking for Bennett. Was ambitious. Xavier Deo got his stick on it, deflected it. Mitchell sends it back to McGregor. Keelan. Good angle on the pass. Neal was heading to it, but ball beat player on that occasion. Mitchell tracks that one over the sideline. So it'll be his ball from just inside the 25. Brick. It's got Smith to his left. This time Mitch Ray has gone high on the left. So Sutherland with 3. Two at the back. Trying to push their right and left defenders up high. Sam Peoples not controlling that ball, so turnover. Shane Smith with a nice ball out there. Bennett, New Keelan was behind him, but Briars got in the way. Almost costly. Mitchell. It's an island. Xavier Deo got his body between Nyland and the ball. Conceded the penalty, but kept the ball out of harm's way. Good intercept there by James Bell. Got to it 5 yards from Nyland. Sam Peoples with the run there. Sends it back to Mitchell. And Ray. So Briars deep, all players inside their 25. Just holding their press at the 25, trying to keep Sutherland out of the D. Mitchell sends the ball through to Bennett. Drops it across. James Bell got there before Nyland did. So Briars survived there. Neil. Good position by Neil, right up on the back line. Dylan Brick is pushing forward. Nyland back to Brick. Sends the ball across, finds Neil. Just didn't do enough there to force the penalty. Dropped it through the defender's legs, but in effect he was just tossing it forward. Umpire not convinced there was a penalty or instruction in that. Quicks. Candido back to Quicks. So Sutherland trying to hold it in here on their right. Briars left side defence. Ball off Murray's feet. Briars a chance to get it away. Bennett up pressing. Quicks with the ball. He's got two in front. That's a good pass out to space to Bell. Here's ball wide to Taylor. Over the sideline now. Nyland. Good pace from Nyland, but Taylor shadowed him all the way. Did a good job there not to concede the penalty inside the D. So inside the last 2 minutes of this quarter, first quarter, Sutherland up 2-0. The overhead, off, traps that well, just with McGregor in front. And in the end, there's two Sutherland defenders there. Briars a little lucky. Ball all over Dylan Brick's feet, and so penalty corner conceded. And Briars have a late chance to get one back in the closing minute of this first quarter. This will be an important opportunity for Briars. They need to make the most of their set play opportunities. William Sweeney on the left. Cody Stone on the right battery. Comes to Sweeney. It's his first shot saved, but the ball falls to him for a second go. And he makes the most of it. So first one saved, but the ball falls fortunately for Sweeney, and from a much closer position, he gets the ball to Daniel Bryant's left, and Briars peg one back right at the closing seconds of the first quarter. So very adventurous overhead there from Dylan Breck, certainly paid off. The ball fell through to Matthew Bennett, and I think it was Sam Peoples there with him. Bennett ended up with it on his stick, and in the goal mouth kerfuffle ended up on his back, and Sutherland have a penalty corner for a bit of body checking. Must have been in about the last 3 seconds of the quarter. So now Sutherland have a chance to add one to their score from the set play. Because the final whistle for the quarter is gone, there's a hell of a lot of Sutherland players up around the circle. You wouldn't normally see this, but there are two batteries, Blake and Anders on the left and Dylan Brick on the right. We'll see where it goes. Here comes a Brick, and it's just gone wide. Didn't miss by much. So the teams go in with Sutherland leading 2-1. Pretty good first quarter from Sutherland in terms of ball control, time in possession, and they certainly created some opportunities. So good first up quarter for them. Briars didn't have many chances, but they made the most of what they had and put one penalty corner away. So they're still in the hunt, but a long way to go yet. We'll be back in a minute or so with the start of the second quarter. Okay, teams coming out for the start of the second quarter. Just before we start, let's have a look at some of the goals from the first quarter. First, let's look at Sutherland, and that was Matthew Bennett right at in the first 2 minutes, able to capture that one. And the second one for Sutherland was Henry Jones' effort. You can see there, just picked up the ball outside the circle and really showed a bit of agility there with his tommer. Got the ball wide of the goalkeeper right into the far corner. Really excellent shot there. And finally, Briars, they struck back right at the death with a penalty corner to Liam Sweeney. First shot was blocked, but the second one he made the most of. So 2-1 at the end of the first quarter. Sutherland in possession with Shane Smith. Ball through to Riley Nyland into the D. Needs an outcome here. Gets the ball across. And Tom Dolby and Sam Peoples there. Fourth. Bell. Nyland with a good intercept. Hayden Neal chasing it down. work by Orth there to pick up that ball off Hernandez. Who initially brought it to ground. Hernandez and Murray trying to work it out of fence. Oh, lovely touch by Murray down the side there, and the ball across to Henry Jones. This is a really good attack. Neil in front. Just checked his lead. Jones had looked up, thought Neil was leading across, popped the ball into space, but Neil had held his lead, so harmlessly over the back line in the end. That was set up by a really good play by Justin Murray down the left. Lovely little skill on his left-hand side. Quicks. James Bell with the ball in the centre there, under pressure from Murray. Xavier Deo with it on the right. Into Bell. Murray pinches it off him but can't control it. Nice slider in from Deo, but Hernandez picked it up. Hernandez comes right to Smith. And he'll work it out with McGregor. Ray. Crossfield to Mitchell. Cody Stone with that ball into Quicks. Good lead through by Ray there. First of the ball, makes a pretty good intercept. Just wasn't able to keep it with a blue shirt. Stone back to Quicks. Fourth. Quicks. Space in front there, goes left. Cody Stone with the overhead. Falls for Liam Sweeney. Almost, well, he got onto the half volley, but just over the crossbar. Able to keep it down. Can be difficult with a half volley. So McGregor and Ray bring it out. Keelan leads wide. That lead ignored. Back through Brick. Lovely pickup. Neil. Tom Dolby was the end on that first pass. Keelan. Back to Ray. And McGregor. They'll look right. Bennett. I have to call that a mistrap. It wasn't a pass. Deo sends that across. Quick sends it right. Horse down the sideline looking for Candido. Bell drops it out. That's a nice overhead down the right. Finds Oscar Taylor in space. That's what you want from your overheads, to a player in uncontested space. Retains a good possession. McGregor across to Ray, and it goes wide to Mitchell. Peoples takes the ball quickly. Got options in front, but they're all pretty tightly marked, so he drops it back. Oh, that's a lovely run by Dylan Brick. He did all the work there. Players just keep falling away from him, so he kept going. I think in the end, the ball fell to Tom Dolby, but Dylan Brick's run through the centre. Briars just held off, that created that option. And he did the smart thing, passed to the player on the far post for the simple put away. Sutherland with a 3-1 lead. Good intercept there from Bennett. Murray. Smith. So Sutherland just consolidate that possession just through their back four. That's a good lead by Riley Nyland down that left flank. Now he's got the ball inside the D and wins the penalty corner. Excellent play by Nyland. Held his lead late, picked the ball up from Brick down the sideline, carried it back into the D and got a good outcome. Penalty corner. So again with the two batteries on the top, Hernandez on the left, Brick on the right. Nice one came to Dylan Brick. Hernandez has got a pretty good record for Sutherland on the penalty corner spot, and he gets this one, but Bennett misses the trap. Now with Hernandez, rolls it back to Nyland. Couldn't make the most of that one. Breakdown from the trap. Smith sends it wide to Jones. Good pass through to Keelan there. Oh, he's got back in numbers there in front of Keelan. He really didn't have much on. Now with Hernandez. It's a bit sloppy. Lifted that ball into the body of the defender. Murray harassing. And ball turned over to Jones. Looking for Boyd. Dolby inside. He was pretty well covered. Quicks. Heads back. Cody Stone looking for William Orth out there. Hernandez into Murray. He's in plenty of space there. Really no pressure on him through that midfield. Jones now. Two in front, so although he beat the first defender, he wasn't able to reach the ball before the second. Oscar Taylor receiving that ball out of defence. Murray swoops on that one. He's under pressure this time. Now he's in a bit of space. Mitchell. It's Keelan out wide, but Bennett. How did he miss that one? There'll be inquiry there. Good pass through from Mitchell. Bennett was in space just outside the D. Tried to deflect it infield. Ball bounced over his stick. Maybe it was a dry patch. Taylor sends it down the line. Sutherland recover. I'll work it out of this right side now. McGregor across to Ray. Hernandez in oodles of space. He uses the ball quickly. Space cut down, so he goes back into Ray. And Sutherland hold it in their back 3 or 4. They're trying to draw the Briars defence forward. Mistrap from Ray does that. Two attempts by Sweeney to get that ball across. Ray sends it back both times. Taylor. Across to Quicks and out to William Orth down the sideline. Suresh Iyengar on for his run in firsts. Dylan Brick sends it down the sideline. Sam Peoples on the end of that, but didn't bring it under control. Trey sends it right to McGregor. He'll go further right to Mitchell. As Henry Jones leading through the centre. Great lead by Neil. And umpire's blown back of the stick there. Just didn't make a good contact with the ball. Good lead by Neil in field, and then he created the space on his outside. He had time for the shot, but just didn't have his body in the right position and ended up hitting the ball with the back of his stick. Good ball infield from Orth. And it goes further right to Taylor. Sweeney again. And he'll get the free hit just outside the D there. Tangled sticks with Smith. Ball across the D. Suresh Iyengar was there, but it wasn't close enough for him to get a stick on it. So 2 minutes remaining in this quarter. Sutherland with the 3-1 lead. Iyengar comes up to Brick, uses his footing, but keeps the ball. Now Peoples. Jones. Got Nyland inside. Neil further to his left. Nyland's pretty quick, but I think he looked at that pass and said, "You're joking." McGregor, good pick up by him. Brick, nice pass to Murray in the centre. He'll control that. He's got Neil out wide. All People's back in field. Goes for a more ambitious pass towards Jones. Doesn't come off, and Briars are on the attack. Ben Bragg trying to get that ball into the centre. William Orth now, just on the 25 with this restart. Too many Sutherland defenders there. Brick sends it to Nyland. Lovely ball through to Neil. That was a terrific pass from Riley Nyland. Good vision, ball exactly where you would want it. A trap by Neil, and there was every chance of getting a shot on there. So, end of the second quarter, and teams go in 3-1. Sutherland have the lead. Fairly convincing control from them in the second quarter. They just need to get a few more goals on the board to feel happy with their efforts for the day. They've certainly created the attacking pressure and opportunity. So I think every chance we'll see quite a few more goals in the second half. I hope you'll come back with us in about 5 minutes and we'll have the second half for you. Okay, so the umpires are heading back on the pitch. Teams are yet to appear from behind the dugouts, but it was just the one goal in that quarter, which was Sutherland's. You see Dylan Brick did all the work to set this one up, and I think it was might have been Matthew Bennett with the final touch. Yeah, I had thought it had got across to Tom Dolby, but it was Matthew Bennett there getting that final touch. But Dylan Brick made the goal. It was certainly his assist. Good run through the midfield. Briars just fell off him and left him with space to move. So teams coming back on the pitch. How often will solo games be live streamed? Home games only? Well, the simple answer to that question is that there's not too many other streaming options in town this year. Sydney Hockey are not streaming their games this year. In the end, the cost caught up with them. So we'll be able to stream a few games from Sutherland, courtesy of Luke Domro and his facilities and team. I don't think we're a travelling operation. So we're away in the second half. Briars with the ball. Sutherland strikers up, putting pressure up high right from the start. Jones, Sweeney now with the ball. That's good control by him in the centre. Now the question is, what does he do with it? Created an opportunity there down the sideline. He was trying to set up his outside striker. Just couldn't make contact. Orth through to Sweeney again. That was dangerous. Adrian O'Rourke was the target, but the ball went past him and Bryant sent it wide. Dolby. Mitchell sends it back to Hernandez. He's looking for Keelan, but there's a bit of a risky pass. Jones wins a possession in the midfield. Finds Nyland. Bennett's wide. Jones picks it up. But, had two on him. Couldn't get it across. Quicks. Dolby gets up to put pressure on him, and that's enough to force the turnover there. Keelan with the ball. Bennett infield of him. A little shove in the back there from James Bell. Definitely putting Bennett off balance. And a penalty corner. Definitely the minimum outcome there.
Marco.
So Hernandez on the left battery, Dylan Brick on the right. Goes to Brick. Oh, well struck. Beautiful connection, low to the left. Scott Garner in goals, not a chance. Another replay of this. Brick Road, really good connection. The runner was still 5 yards from him when he got that one away. And the ball down the goalie Garner's left. That was very well executed. Sutherland with a 4-1 lead. Good start to the second half for them. Brick looking in field. That pass was for Peoples. He let it go. Oh, well done by Nyland. Umpire said back of the stick. But it's good vision by him again, and a good pass towards Keelan. You can definitely see more urgency from the Sutherland strikers in this quarter to get up and put pressure on the Briars defence. Try and force those turnovers or mistakes coming out of defence. Quick, sensible down the sideline, but not within reach. Adrian Rourke tracking back. Now with Murray. We'll go back to McGregor and then come left to Brick. That's a nice ball through to Bennett. He's got Ray overlapping outside. Back in field towards Keelan. Gets the shot in. Garner makes a save. And I suspect that ball's ended up under the goalkeeper. So an overlapping Mitch Ray down the left there. Very difficult for the defence to deal with a outside defender in that position. He's always going to be the extra man. It takes a lot of running to get there, but certainly paid dividends. And his pass across to Zach Keelan was well placed. Keelan got the shot away and Garner was able to make the initial save. So another penalty corner. It's the same two on the batteries. This time to Hernandez, but Bennett makes mistrap at the top. Sutherland recover. Keelan gets the strike in. Neil. I think the umpire from the other end has seen an error. Yep. I think that ball was definitely back of the stick from Hayden Neal. The final connect. Briars move it out. Ball out wide. William Orth. Ball there on the left. Dolby knocks it over the sideline. So I'll try and go back and around. Sutherland move quickly to cover off their left side defence. Hayden Neal with the intercept, but got a stick on it and over the sideline. So all back with Briars. Xavier Deo. Long overhead. An interesting one. I think umpire said two players, neither player at established position. So McGregor and Hernandez bring it forward. Briars holding their press at the halfway. And by doing that, they're trying not to get their front line bypassed. trying to congest a bit in the centre, make it more difficult for Sutherland to get through. They don't want to leave open space in behind their three strikers. That's off Orth's body. Murray now. Got Dolby out wide. He's carrying it to the back line. Nyland's in the inside. Peoples, Neil sends it across. Jones now with the ball. So Sutherland are pressing. Oh, that ball's gone all the way through to Nick Candido. One-on-one with the keeper. McGregor's back. And in the end, they can't capitalise. But that's can only be described as a bit of a lapse there through the Sutherland defence for that ball to get through. Just not enough communication about picking up that line. Mitchell into Keelan. To McGregor. He'll look right. Hernandez. Hernandez carries it forward. That's a... Well, he saw Ryland leading to the space, but it was a pretty tall ask on him to pull that one in. Long crossfield overhead. Difficult to trap at the best of times, but once it's bounced, it's even more difficult. Smith back to McGregor. Ball through to Keelan. Good lead by him. He's run to the sideline. He's got to get that ball back in. Finds Murray. He sees Hernandez wide. Goes back via Smith. Sutherland moving the ball pretty freely. It's that early pass that creates space for the receiver. Now Dolby. And good work by Deo there to track him back. Murray back to McGregor and out to Smith. Murray looks up, doesn't see a lot of movement in front. This time Nyland's leading wide. Just overran that. Mitchell put it in behind him. Either way, they didn't connect. Quicks back into the centre. Neil putting pressure on. Deo. Jones. Now Neil leading wide. He's got Keelan inside in space. Doing Brick tidies up. That's a lovely pass across to Nyland. He'll shoot from there. Just didn't get onto it. He had his opportunity there from the top. Ball's gone wide of Garner's left post. Long overhead. Looking for Nick Candido up high. It's really a pass to a player facing a 1-on-3. Not good odds. Mitch Ray. Ball through to Mitchell. Dolby leading high and wide. And Deo takes the ball off him. Sutherland from the 25. Henry Jones sends it back to McGregor. So Briars are doing a lot of chasing here. Chasing the ball, and Sutherland move it from one side to the other. Smith has gone very high on the right side. McGregor looks for him. Sends it across the D, finds Bennett just outside the dot. And he turns and makes the shot. Second go. Second bite at the cherry, and did not put it away. Won't be happy with that. Bennett advises the Briar defender on where the 16 is from. Wouldn't do that too often. Sweeney. So Briars now with the ball in Sutherland's half, which hasn't happened often this quarter. Quicks, back to Orth, goes down the left sideline. Work by James Reynolds out there. Retained possession just outside Sutherland's D. It's a wall of Sutherland defence there, and Shane Smith, the biggest brick in the wall there. He's always going to hold that one out. Ray into Brick. Nice turn by him. Sets up Keelan, leading across the field. That's a good move by Keelan. That cross-field lead set up the pass through to Dolby. Smith through Mitchell. McGregor. And Peoples. Good lead to link up with Keelan. He'll head right now. Dolby just loses out to Quicks at the top of the D. Dolby comes forward, puts pressure, and wins the ball over the sideline, but too late for any further action. That's the end of quarter three. Sutherland have the 4-1 lead. Goal in that quarter to Dylan Brick from a very well executed penalty corner. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the final quarter. So teams back on the pitch for the final quarter. Just before we kick off, we'll just have a rerun of that goal to Sutherland. It was a penalty corner and really well executed by Dylan Brick at the top. You can see he got onto that early. The runner was still good 5 yards from him when he sent that towards the goal and down Scott Garner's left-hand side. Very well executed drag flick. So final quarter. Sutherland have the 4-1 lead. And every opportunity to put a couple more on the scoreboard to finish off the match. Conditions have cooled off a little with the cloud cover that's come over. That'll be much to the players' satisfaction. It's pretty hot there for a while. Sam Peoples with the ball. Looks infield for Nyland. Nyland pinches that. Looks to go infield, but just lifted his pass and has collected. I think that might be James Bell. Collected him in the leg. So James Bell just slipping off the field there. I think he's going to have a rest. Sutherland trying to hold this ball into the defence, and they've forced a turnover. And Keelan immediately loses out to Sweeney, so it was a good recovery by him. Neal into Bennett, back to Neal. Made the pass across, but really there was no pass on there. At least not from this angle. Nyland. Dylan Brick sends it left to Keelan. He'll have the shot here. Sends it in. And umpire right onto that. That ball just collected some part of the back of his stick. Sam Peoples tracking down the sideline there. Good win by him in defence. Brick brings it forward. Keelan lays it off to Smith. He's got Neal in front. Next pass is vital. Finds Nyland high. Now with Keelan. And ball to Brick. Bennett. That was really well constructed by Sutherland down the left-hand side. And then through Nyland and Neal in the circle. And final pass by a Brick. Normally to the ever-reliable Matthew Bennett, but he did not get his shot away that time. So 9 times out of 10, we would have seen that headed towards the goal. Good win by Murray. Lovely overhead. Just had a couple too many metres on it for Neal to reach in front of the goalkeeper. It was worth a chance with Neal just having the goalkeeper in front of him. Another pick by Keelan. Looks wide to Neal. Intercepted. Good work by Reynolds there to hold the ball for Briars. Free to Bennett. And back into Smith. Sutherland will work back through Dylan Brick. Briars holding at the half line. Ray is pressed up. Dolby. Now with Nyland. Into Keelan. Lovely pass along the back line to Dolby. Garner gets out and holds him up. Good win by Keelan. He's got Jones inside, goes a little deeper to Murray. Hernandez, far right, Brick spots him. Good receive by Hernandez. Super receive on the back line. Bennett sends it across. Jones, shot. And Garner, that's a really good save. Gets down really well there to push that one away. Ray out wide to Hernandez. He'll go to the back line. Sends it across. Past two strikers. Sweeney. Briars trying to work it out of deep defence. They're looking for, trying to find a penalty. Which Liam Sweeney has done. Long pass through. Smith gets in the way. Now with Dylan Brick. Drops it back to Murray. He's got Rich Ray to his left. And eventually gets it to McGregor. Hernandez again down the right. Sorry, that's Dylan Brick. Mitchell out to Ray. Dolby leads along the back line. Cody Stone onto him immediately as he receives the ball, so he's made a few leads along there. Hasn't really been able to get past that first defender. Mitchell. Ray. Brick with the ball, sends it right back to Mitchell on the halfway. He'll find Keelan in the centre. Good turn by him, finds Jones, good spin. And well done by Henry Jones. He was just too close and had too much firepower there for Garner to stop. Set up by Zach Keelan and finished by Henry Jones. So Sutherland get their fifth on the board. Cody Stone, tracked by Hayden Neal. And Blake Hernandez makes a good intercept there. Jones carries infield. He's got Dolby in front. That's really good work by James Reynolds to get back on Jones there, win that ball in the midfield. That was a pretty good interception. Good passing by Sutherland. They've come left now into space. Mitchell, Nyland in front. And it's got Sam Peoples down the sideline. I think just over the sideline. William Orth, the ball from the sideline. So 6 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Sutherland 5-1 up. Have been dominant in this game.
Did Jimmy you're one of those. In the hockey. 8 years later. What team did you Does she know? Oh, she might not know Polly then. How old are you? Yeah, just a bit. Because Polly in the women's side was in extra twos as well.
Nick Candido, the ball there just on the 25.
I reckon it's one of those when she's joined the
McGregor, just a little overhead there to Peoples down the left-hand side. Keelan making the lead wide. And the pass eventually came, it's too late, covered up. Nice first time deflection from Smith. Finds Brick out wide. Oh, precise pass into Dolby. And he was equally precise with his pass across to Keelan. And a 6th goal in. This time Keelan is on the end of it. Really good pass in from Dylan Brick. And Zach Keelan finishes that move from 2 yards out with Scott Garner well beaten. Good intercept coming forward by Keelan. He's got Sam Peoples outside. Go deep to Bennett. Sends the ball across field, but that was a bit of a blind pass. Dolby was well covered. Smith wide to Hernandez. Sutherland continuing to apply the pressure, looking for a 7th goal. I'll get that ball from the 25. Dylan Brick there waiting for it.
Last year there was who was it? Liverpool Bank. Yeah, they
More
were
bank is touch and go in our kit.
They wear white shorts, white socks, and red and blue shirts. And they're arse.
McGregor, Mitchell, Bennett again on the deck. No penalty corner that time. Keelan with the ball into the centre, found Brick, got it on the second chance, carries it forward. He'll be looking for a penalty corner there, but lays it back to Dolby, and well finished, Tom Dolby. Good work by Dylan Brick again to set up that shot at goal. So Sutherland running a bit rampant in this fourth quarter. A few quick goals.
We're going to wait for us.
That's only, we should have a speaker with some more music.
Some good passing in the attacking D is what's doing it for them. They're committing the goalkeeper to the line and then throwing it off, which is creating the simple put away. So Briars still under pressure. Mitchell gets first to the ball here. Another turnover. Murray, Mitchell to his left. Lets it go. Now Bennett out wide. And I think that's Nyland on the deck. Yes, Nyland on the deck on the end of the pass from Bennett. So you can see Bennett receiving the ball here right on the edge of the circle. And straight away he sent that dead flat across the circle. And Riley Nyland virtually on his stomach on the right post puts the ball in the net. Gives Sutherland 8. And 4 for this quarter. So 1 minute to go. Briars hoping it goes rather quickly. Mitchell with the turnover there. Fourth. Cuts in field. Now with Bell. That's the back of the stick. And the umpire says, yep. So Murray looks long. Bennett's his target out to the left. Inside the final minute now. Keelan with the ball just outside the D, leaves it for Murray.
We'll put you and Max more on the sideline.
Here we go, boys, ready to go in, lads.
Run it inside the D. Let Briars come away. Ben Bragg carrying it down the left. Picked off by Hernandez. Jones to Murray. Maybe one more chance. Smith now. So there's the final whistle. Sutherland finishing up winners, 8 goals to 1. 2 goals to Matthew Bennett, 2 to Henry Jones. Dylan Brick with 1, but multiple assists. Zach Keelan, Tom Dolby and Aaron Nyland. Riley Nyland at least. The other goal scorers. So a convincing result for the end in the end for Sutherland. And a really good debut for their new players this season in Dylan Brick, Tom Dolby, Sam Peoples. I think Dylan Brick in particular stood out. He'll be a strength for Sutherland in their midfield. It's looking like a strong season for Sutherland. I'll look to Angus Callanan to come back into the mix. And it'll be really interesting to see how they go over the next few weeks. So that's it from Tradies Hockey Park at Sylvania this afternoon. Sutherland finishing out winners 3-0 in the second grade game and 8-1 in the first grade game against Briars. So on behalf of Luke Domro and his production crew, only game in town this year for live streaming, it's good afternoon and we hope to go on the stream again at a future game.